Guys, this weekend, UFC Saudi Arabia, we have Israel Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov in the main event. And in the co-main event, we have Michael Venom Page and Shar Bullet. Also on the card, Sergey Pavlovich, Jairzinho Rosenstruck. This is a very fun card. I want to preview the top 3 fights. Before we get into it, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe for me. I appreciate all of the interaction. I feel like I've been gaining a little bit of momentum lately. Little by little, that's all I need. Thank you, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe for me. Let's get into it. Okay, in the main event, we have Israel Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov. This is a major crossroads fight, in my opinion. You have number 2 versus number 5. Israel Adesanya has lost 3 of his last 4, 2 back-to-back, and Nasruddin Imavov has been on a bit of a roll. Since losing to Sean Strickland, he has wins over Roman Dolidze, Jared Cannonier, and Brendan Allen. He is fighting Israel Adesanya. This is a major step up, and for Izzy, this is a chance for him to get back in the win column over the number 5 ranked guy and a young, hungry lion who would love nothing more than to throw Izzy out of the top 5 and take over his position en route to a title shot. This fight is really giving me shades of like Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint Denis. I know Dustin was like number 3 and Benoit was like 12 at the time, but similar feeling. The old successful lion giving a chance to the new up-and-comer. For Izzy, there's a lot of questions around how much does he have left to give to this game, how much does he have left at the elite level. And for Imavov, though he has 3 very good wins in a row, this is a shot to prove himself against Israel Adesanya. With Izzy, we know what Izzy is all about. He has made a successful, legendary career off of his amazing kickboxing from the outside, likes to keep guys at distance and pick them apart en route to a possible finish. For Imavov, he has very fast hands. He is, I believe he's the same size as Izzy. I think he's 6'4", 6'5", very lanky, long striking. His nickname is the Sniper, but he does like to mix it up as well. He has a pretty good clinch, pretty good ground game. He can take the fight anywhere. So for Izzy, yes, this is a more favorable matchup because Imavov does like to strike on the feet, but he very well could mix it up and try to make the fight a bit rougher for Izzy, get inside in the clinch, dirty box, try to control him on the ground, and just not let Izzy get set in his ways on the feet. The odds are very close. Izzy is minus 162. Nasruddin Imavov is plus 136. What this fight comes down to, in my opinion, is just how much you think Izzy has left. Obviously, I don't think there's an argument as to who has been the better fighter. Izzy is a legend, and at his best, no one could touch him. And then Imavov has not had that same level of success as of yet, but is very good in his own right. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think this is an obvious pick for Izzy, but with Izzy losing 3 of his last 4 and 2 back-to-back, he is in a place where he really needs a win, and if he loses this one, there's still fun fights out there for him, but I think the visions that Izzy has as far as being a world champion again or in title contention, the door would be shut on that. With a loss here, I don't think he would ever get back to the belt. I don't think he would ever fight for a belt again with how the division seems to be moving right now and turning over with guys like Hamza and DDP and Kyle Bahalio. Like, this division has been moving forward and a lot of the old guard is getting out of there. Imavov is very good. Like I said, very well-rounded. I believe he is from Dagestan, but was raised in France or born in France, but he is Dagestani. He doesn't have that traditional Dagestani style, obviously. He is a lot more well-rounded. This could be a very tough fight for Izzy. Imavov, I do think, is very good, and since losing to Strickland, has really evolved and gotten a lot better. But in my opinion, I do think of the guys in the top five, Imavov is one that Izzy should be able to beat still. Yes, Izzy lost to DDP, but in that fight, he did show a lot of life and actually was very active and threw a lot and had DDP in some troubling situations before he did get finished. So, with that being said, I do believe Izzy will get the win. I'm going to go with Izzy by decision. I don't think he'll finish Imavov because I do think Imavov is very good. Izzy looked really good in the DDP fight. I liked what I saw from him on the feet, and I just don't think that Imavov is physical enough or skilled enough on the ground or in the clinch to really drag Izzy there. I think Izzy still does have enough in the tank to get a few more wins within that top five. Will he wear gold again? I don't know. But Imavov, though well rounded, is not an elite grappler. And he doesn't have. There's not one thing about him that is like super standout. I guess his striking would be his best asset. But if he wants to strike with Izzy, I don't think that's going to go well for him. And I don't think he is good enough on the ground to keep Izzy down, nor do I think he's physical enough like a DDP to keep Izzy down. So I am going to roll with Izzy by decision. I think it's a competitive fight at times, but I think in the end we will know who won. But I do think it will be a very entertaining fight as well. In the co-main event, we have Shara Bullet versus MVP. Shara is a minus 200 favorite. MVP plus 154. They have MVP. I think that's his welterweight ranking, but this fight is at 185. MVP is going up in weight. He has fought at 185 before. This is like, I'm really glad the UFC made this fight because they don't usually like to put random fights together. This reminds me of like when Wonder Boy fought Anthony Pettis, and it was like, fuck, we're gonna get two of the most like entertaining strikers in a striking war, probably. That's what this reminds me of. And as good as Shara has looked, MVP is no easy test for anybody. He causes a lot of problem solving and critical thinking in the middle of a fight because with his like traditional karate style darting in and out, it is so hard to get reads on him and get a beat on him. And Shara is similar in the sense that guys have a very hard time tracking him down and landing on him. Shara is coming off of that double spinning back fist over Petrosian. That was just insane, and had it not been for Max Holloway knocking Justin Gaethje out, that probably would have been knockout of the year. MVP is coming off of a loss to Ian Gary, but I don't think Shara is an Ian Gary type of fighter. I think this will be on the feet the whole time, and I'm really torn because I want to go with Shara because he is bigger and he is a elusive and very good striker, extremely creative. He's younger, he's on a roll, and MVP is coming off of a loss, is a little bit older, going up in weight. Like all of the variables are stacked against MVP, which makes me want to go with Shara, but it's just like it's so hard to beat MVP in a striking match. If you're really not going to mix it up and wrestle him, it's so hard for me to believe that you're going to just beat him clean on the feet. My brain and my smart pick is going to be Shara. I think all the things I said, he's a younger, extremely creative striker, bigger. But if I'm betting, I would bet on MVP. He is the underdog, and I think there is a very winnable path in this fight, especially if Shara is not going to mix it up in any way. And as of yet, he has not shown to be that kind of guy that is going to go for takedowns, clinch. He likes to make it a pure striking war, and he is insanely creative. But MVP is a master on the feet who guys really cannot catch. My official pick is going to be Shara by decision, but if I'm doing a parlay, I think I'm going with MVP. Shara by decision, but if you're a betting man, I'd say take MVP. And again, this fight between Bullet and MVP, I wish the UFC would do this more. There's no real implications for either guy. I mean, for Shara, it would show that he is able to problem solve at a very high level in the midst of a fight and adapt, as anyone who has beat MVP has had to do. And for MVP, I mean, if he gets a win over Shara, it's a very good win up a weight class, and would push him forward a little bit, but it wouldn't mean any like title contention or anything like that. This is what I want to see for MVP though at this stage in his career. A fight like this, a fight against maybe Wonder Boy, but fun matchups. Like, I don't think MVP is going to win the belt at welterweight. There's too many guys at that division who are very good on the ground. Sean Brady, Ian Gary, Shavkat, Bilal Muhammad, even Leon Edwards. Like, these guys aren't going to stand with him. Give MVP guys who are going to strike with him. In the feature bout, we have Sergey Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik, number 4 versus number 9 at heavyweight. Pavlovich, ever since he was on that tear where Dana White and the UFC were trying to promote him as like the white Francis Ngannou, he's kind of fallen on hard times. He is a minus 300 favorite, and I'm going to keep this short. I am picking him, but losing to Jairzinho would be a big disappointment and fall from what we thought he was going to be. I think Sergey is very talented, but as we saw in like the Volkov fight, he does have some holes in his game, and he was picked apart very cleanly in that fight, and then also obviously was knocked out by Aspinall. I think Sergey has the athleticism and ability to elevate his game and become a little more well-rounded and less of just this gunslinger, and really be able to put things together and land the right shots and shore up his defense a bit. And if there's someone that he can do that against, it is Jairzinho, because Jairzinho is a vet and very good, but he is not, at least of late, shown to be elite. This is one of those fights that Sergey like has to win. If he doesn't win this fight, he is going to be right in there with the Rozenstruiks and Tuivasas and Derek Lewis's. Maybe not that bad, but he still has a chance to show himself as one of the elite heavyweights. In there, I think you have obviously John Jones, Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades, Volkov, Gon, and Jalton Almeida. And then I think there's like everyone else. With a win over Rozenstruik, he would show himself to still be in that mix. And with a loss, I think it'd be really detrimental to like his title aspirations and his growth as a fighter. So I am going to pick him. I'll take him by knockout in the second round. But I would not be surprised if this goes to decision, and it's kind of boring because Rozenstruik was a skilled kickboxer and is very good on the feet. This shouldn't be a tough fight if Sergey is who we thought he was going to be, but I don't know. He hasn't shown as much promise as he did when he was on that tear. He's got to evolve. He's got to mix it up. He's got to shore up his defense a little bit. And this is a good test for him. So I will pick him by second round knockout, but I'm not the most confident in it. That is all I got for you guys. UFC Saudi Arabia, very fun card. Midday card too. I'm on the East Coast, so it's not going to be one of those late nights. It'll be a fun midday, gather around the TV, watch it, Still have the rest of your day. I love when that happens, when the UFC times cards like that. Izzy versus Imavov, MVP versus Charbullet, Pavlovich versus Rosenstruck, a bunch of other fun fights on there. Terrence McKinney's on the card. He's always fun to watch. Tune in, guys. Let me know your picks for the fights, what you think is going to happen. If you think I'm full of shit with my analysis, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe for me. I will see you in the next video.